Hi, my name is Liza, and this is your beginner's alignment series, Core Morning Flow. So when it comes to the core, I always find this philosophy super helpful. It goes along with the yamas and the niyamas, which I did a video on that. But pretty much for core, you always want to remember tapas, svadyaya, Ishvara Pranidhana, Kriya Yoga, which pretty much means with discipline, self-study, and totally letting go, transformation can occur. And that's kind of when it comes to the core, everyone's looking for that ultimate transformation, but I care more about the transformation from the inside. So when we explore the core, we're not just gonna be thinking about abdominals, we're gonna be thinking about glute muscles, we're gonna be thinking about total alignment and engagement, because that's where real physical and maybe even emotional and spiritual transformation will occur. So let's go ahead, come into a comfortable seated position, grounding down through the sit bones, rising through the crown of the head, coming to close the eyes, tuning on into the breath, tuning on into the body, taking a nice big deep inhale and exhale. Last two breaths, breathing in and exhaling. Last big deep inhale and exhale. Taking a moment to set an intention for yourself this practice. And it could be absolutely anything that you may need today. Maybe it is along the alignment of self-study or discipline, or maybe a little bit of letting go. So whatever that intention is, go ahead and set it. And let's open this practice with one loud Om. Take a nice big deep inhale for Om. Om. And when you are absolutely ready, gently float the eyes open. Beautiful, guys. All right. You may need a block, a rolled up towel, or any sort of thing that your inner thighs can hug. I love using these yoga blocks, and if you are really curious and you're practicing at home, I definitely recommend them, but they're not necessary. Again, rolled up towel or a book will work. So let's come into our tabletop position. Maybe the index fingers are pointing forward if you have super broad shoulders like me, but traditional stance of middle fingers forward is just fine as well. Bringing the shoulders over the wrists and then hips over the knees. Curl the toes under. I just want you to draw the navel on in towards the spine, grounding down through the fingertips and the base of the knuckle, and I want you to feel that immediate core activation. And then go ahead, exhale, release, let it go, feeling the belly kind of become nice and loose and relaxed. Inhale, drawing the navel on in, pressing into the fingertips, maybe even see if you can spread through the shoulder blades, drawing the navel in, and now engage the glute muscles, hugging the inner thighs in towards each other. You might be shaking, and that's good. And then exhale, go ahead, release, soften, let it go. All right, same full body activation 3 more times. Inhale, drawing the navel on in, pressing into the fingertips, engaging the glute muscles, hugging the inner thighs in towards each other. Draw that navel in. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale. Last big deep inhale. And exhale. Perfect. Now, slight engagement. Draw the navel on in, then round in the upper back. Chin comes towards the chest. Send the top of the head to the tailbone. And on an exhale, go back to a neutral spine, but keep drawing the navel on in. And then exhale, pressing into the hands, rounding in the upper back. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, back to neutral, and then tilt the pelvis forward and down. Send the belly down towards the yoga mat. Roll the gaze forward and up. Give your abs a nice stretch. And then slowly come back to a nice neutral tabletop position. Bring the top of the left foot to the ground, reach the right heel on back, square the hips down towards the yoga mat. Again, stay nice and stable and strong. Keep drawing the navel on and keep hugging the inner thighs in towards each other. You may feel the bicep working, and that is good. Go ahead, reach that left fingertip forward. Take a nice big deep inhale. And on an exhale, draw the elbow towards the knee, towards the elbow. Hold, draw that navel in, feel that engagement. Perfect. Inhale to reach. And exhale, draw the elbow towards the knee, towards the elbow. Perfect. 2 more times. Inhale to reach to the fingertips, pulling through that ball of the foot, but really spread through the toes. And on an exhale, draw the elbow towards the knee, towards the elbow. Last time, inhaling. And exhale, elbow towards the knee, towards the elbow. If you fall or if you fell a few times, that's okay. Slowly just come on back in when you are ready. Let's take it into the opposite side, shall we? Top of the right foot to the floor, reach through the left heel, square the hips, engage the glute muscles, hug the inner thighs in towards each other, extend and floint. I like to say floint because I love spreading through the toes. Draw the navel in, feel that core engagement, and then reach the right fingertips forward. See if you can wrap the rib cage together and then down the belly. Really feel almost like you're wearing an invisible corset. Reach the right fingertips forward. Take a nice big deep inhale. Exhale, draw the elbow towards the knee, towards the elbow, rounding in the upper back. Inhale to reach, floint, reach. Exhale, elbow towards the knee, towards the elbow. Twice more, inhale. Exhale. Last time, inhaling. And exhale. Inhale to reach. Perfect, release the right hand, release the left knee. Beautiful job. So go ahead, see if you can ground down through the left hand. Reach the right foot on back. Feel that nice extension throughout the back of the leg. And then pivot the right foot on down and come into gait posture. Gait posture is one of my favorite oblique movements. Again, it's not just about the belly, it's about all of the muscles that protect those bones and help you stand. So go ahead, see if you could just use your obliques to rise. Good job. Take a nice big deep inhale, flip the left hand, bring it up and back, feel a nice stretch on that left side. And then exhale, go ahead, release the left hand on down, reach the right hand up and over. We're gonna do that 3 more times. Inhale to reach, and exhale. Twice more, inhale to reach. Oh, you may fall. Keep hugging the inner thighs in towards each other. So I give my mic a little bit more slack. And then exhale. Inhaling. And exhale. Perfect. Now, if you did that with total engagement and you're shaking, that's good. We're gonna take it to the opposite side, and I get to see my back working. So send the right knee behind the right wrist, reach the left heel on back, pivot it on down, and then go ahead and send that left hand on up towards the ceiling. Feel that nice alignment of the 2 wrists as you reach, grounding down through the feet. Draw the navel on in, engage the glute muscles, really reach through that left hand. Inhale, rising up and over. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale. I'm trying not to fall. Twice more, breathing in. Exhale. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Brilliant. Go ahead, come back to your tabletop position. Moving on into your plank posture. Again, ground down through the fingertips and the base of the knuckles. See if you can walk the feet on back, pressing into the hands, sending the shoulders over the wrists, finding that sit bone heel connection. A lot of the times in planks or plank postures, or hips are too high or too low, You want to find that nice balance in between, like there's an imaginary line connecting to the heels of the feet. When you're absolutely ready, take a nice big deep inhale. Exhale, press up and back, widen the stance of the feet, come into your downward facing dog. 2 more times. Inhale into your plank posture, coming up onto the balls of the feet, sending the heels over the toes, sending the shoulders over the wrists, pressing the floor away, drawing the navel on in, engaging the inner thighs and the glute muscles. Big deep inhale. Exhale, pressing up and back. Last time. Big deep inhale, slowly coming into your plank posture. Exhale, downward facing dog. Brilliant job. Go ahead, walk the feet towards the hands, coming into forward fold at the front of your yoga mat. We're just gonna go ahead, slowly rise all the way on up. Beautiful. A lot of the times, we don't realize how much we use our core to stand. We kind of almost take it for granted because it's like something we slowly learn when we're toddlers maybe, and then as we get to adults, it's like if we fall, it's the most embarrassing thing. But standing, walking, running is all core. And I just want you to take a block, a book, or a rolled up small towel, place it in between the legs, grounding down through the feet. Squeeze, 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 squeeze that block in between the legs. And notice how the spine may lengthen just a little bit more. You may feel a little bit taller. Knit the rib cage together and down. Lengthen through the crown, the head, melt the shoulders away from the ears as you reach the fingertips down. Engaging the glute muscles, simultaneously drawing the navel on in and knitting the rib cage forward and down, smiling through the collarbones. Kind of creates a nice neutral position in your pelvis. And then I want you to go ahead, keeping that same engagement, sit back into your imaginary chair. Ooh, grabbing down through the heels of the feet. I know. All right, keep sending the pubic bone towards that navel to really feel it in the core. Maybe even send the fingertips on up. Hold with me for 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last big deep inhale. Exhale. Brilliant. And come into your forward fold. Release all of that work. We're gonna do that one more time, so stick with me. Lift all 10 toes off the yoga mat. Spread the toes nice and wide, then place them down, maybe even pinky to big toe. Ground down through all 4 corners of that foot. And then see if we can sit back, engage, squeeze that towel, book, or block in between the thighs, and then use that core engagement to lift. And you might be shaking, and that's okay. Send the pinky fingertips back to really spread nice and wide through the shoulders. Even if you're making a V shape with the arms, that's okay. Just create space between the neck and the shoulders. Take a nice big deep inhale. Exhale. Now notice what happens when you lift all 10 toes off the yoga mat. You might feel a drastic difference. Last big deep inhale. And exhale. Release. All right, remove your block. Step back into your plank posture. Spreading the shoulder blades and the collarbone nice and wide. Bring the big toes together. Knees, or I should say heels of the feet over the toes. Then see if you can rock forward and back. So you'll notice in my videos now, I kind of say, shift the weight forward and come into your Vinyasa. So this is kind of that movement, shifting the weight forward, it's plunging forward, and then sending the heels back. All right, last 2 breaths. Inhale, exhale. And when you're absolutely ready, go ahead, shift the weight forward, release the knees down. Bend the elbows, hug them in, slowly lower them in between the hands. Tops of feet to the floor, send the pelvis to the floor, press into the fingertips, rise through head, neck, and chest. Cobra, hug the elbows in. So a lot of the times for Cobra, we're kind of here, and we kind of dump that energy. I want you to send the shoulders away from the ears,
Low cobra is a good place to start down in. See if maybe you can just lift the hands off the yoga mat, interlace the fingers behind you, and rise through head, neck, and chest. This is a great way to find your cobra. 2 more breaths. Inhale, exhale. Last big deep inhale, and exhale. All right, send the hands to frame that heart. Press up and back, downward dog. Brilliant job. Pedal out the legs to release any tension or pressure in the lower back. You did a great job, guys. I want us to do one more vinyasa because our vinyasa is all core. It's all core. There's no way around it. You know, you could argue, well, it's also flexibility in the upper body. And it's like, yes, but that's also, you know, upper body strength and that lower back strength, that also kind of ties into the muscles in the core. So we're gonna do that one more time. Go ahead, shift the weight forward into your plank posture. Grounding down, pressing the floor away. Shift the weight forward onto the tippy toes, bend the elbows, slowly lower the knees on down. Send the heart down to the yoga mat. Inhaling into your cobra, low, maybe even pressing, keeping that alignment of low cobra, rising, 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 hugging the inner thighs in towards each other. And then see if you can release, lift the hands off the yoga mat, interlace fingers behind you, send them away, slightly bend in the elbows, lift the tops of the feet off of the yoga mat. Hold with me for 2 breaths. I'm already sweating. It's subtle movements, but it's very challenging. Inhale, exhale. Point, or I should say float through the feet to activate the legs even more. Last big deep inhale. Exhale. Send the hands to frame the heart. Take a child's pose with me, press up and back. Lovely. Great job. Big deep inhale. Soft exhale. Remembering discipline, which we definitely were disciplined, and self-study, just noticing how you feel right now. And letting go helps with that transformation of yoga. All right, let's go ahead and finish up this sequence. So sweep the legs in front. I know I'm already sweating just a little bit, especially if you're doing this in the summertime. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take our handy dandy block. And for those of you who know Blue's Clues references, you'll know what I mean. Hug the inner thighs in towards each other. Send the hands behind you, come up onto the tippy toes. A lot of the times when I teach this, for first time beginners, they kind of are like here, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna get my feet all the way up. That's not what this pose is about. It's not so much about getting the feet up off the ground, it's about using the core with a nice long spine to really ground down through the feet, and then it's kind of just like icing on the cake, using your core to lift the feet as high as they can go, not as high as you want them to go, but as high as they can go, just using your core, squeezing the block, nice long spine. And then over time, I promise you, you'll be able to have that core strength to lift the toes in alignment with the knees, keeping that spine nice and long. Maybe one day you'll come here and then here, but keep holding your Navasana, your boat pose with me, sending the heart forward, lengthening in that spine. See how my legs are shaking? It's a lot of core work. And then see if you can lift. And then go ahead, release the feet. Release the block. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let's cool it on down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, send the heart and the chin towards the chest, the heart towards the feet. 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Last big deep breath in and exhale. Inhale to rise all the way on up. I'm gonna come to face you. We're gonna go ahead and take a nice gentle twist. So sweep the arms all the way on up. And then go ahead, see if you can send that right arm to that left knee, and that left hand comes behind you. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale to twist, gazing over the left shoulder. Go ahead, bring the hands all the way on up, sweeping the hands up. Exhale, sending the left arm to the right knee, sending the right hand behind you. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale to twist. And then go ahead, place the hands in front. Excellent. Last but not least, bring the knees together. Slowly lower all the way down onto the back. Take a moment to just thank yourself for all that you did. It was a simple practice, but it's still a lot of core work. Maybe you want to do pelvic tilts to release the lower back, or maybe send the knees towards the heart space, tracing circles one way and then the other. Release the legs, release one leg on down. And then the other. Coming into Shavasana. I have all these props here. So just go ahead, let the toes fall to the side, let the legs be nice and relaxed, let the arms come out nice and long. Breathing in and breathing out. Let the thoughts pass by like clouds in the blue sky as you give yourself a moment to just release and let go. You can stay here for as long as you want, or you can begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, slowly making your way out of your Shavasana. But again, feel free to stay here for as long as you want. Letting go, exploring that Ishvara Pranidhana. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, for exploring a little bit of your own core stability, knowing that it's not necessarily just about looking a certain way on the outside, but it is about discipline, self-study, and really letting go and trusting your body, letting transformation come naturally. You did an amazing job. Take a moment of gratitude and take a moment to be proud of yourself. May there always be peace and love in your thoughts. May there always be peace and love within your words. And may there always be peace and love within your heart. Om Shanti Shanti, peace. Have an amazing rest of your day, night, week, or weekend. Namaste.